viewers, in this video we'll see about the capital budgeting. First we'll see the meaning of capital budgeting. Capital budgeting is the process of making investment decision in fixed asset or capital expenditure. Okay, this capital budgeting mean investing in the fixed asset, okay, or in the capital expenditure. The capital expenditure is nothing but is the expenditure the benefit of which is expected to be received over a period exceeding 1 year. Okay, that is the expenditure incurred at one point of time, but the benefit will be received or realized at different point of time in future period. Okay, that is capital expenditure. And this capital budgeting refers to the long term planning of investment in projects or fixed assets. Okay, or this is the method of financing the approved projects. Okay, this is known as capital budgeting. And now we'll see the techniques of capital budgeting. The capital budgeting techniques are employed to evaluate the viability of long-term investment. Large number of investment proposals can be there and the funds available will be very much limited. Okay, so the viability of the project is to be evaluated using this capital budgeting techniques, and it is not possible to take up all the investment proposal in the time. Okay, so it is essential to select among the proposal which gives the highest benefit. Okay, so this capital budgeting techniques is used to evaluate, to select the investment proposal, okay, whose benefit will be more compared to other proposals. Okay, and there are two methods under this capital budgeting techniques. They are known as traditional method and modern method. Under traditional method we have payback period, average rate of return, or it also called accounting rate of return. And the modern methods we have under that net present value method, profitability index method, internal rate of return method, and discounted payback method. Okay, we'll see one by one in our video. In this video we'll see the payback method. Okay, first we'll see the traditional method, and this traditional method relies on the non-discounting criteria. It is not considering the time value of money. Okay, under this traditional method the time value of money is not taken into account. Okay, and it treats the income estimated for different future period alike. Okay, it will not give importance for the time value of money. And under this method we have payback period method and ARR method. Okay, in modern method, this modern method includes the discounting criteria, that is the time value of money is considered here. Okay, under this modern method we have net present value method, profitability index method, internal rate of return method, discounted payback method. In our upcoming videos we'll see all this. Okay, first we'll see what is this payback method. Payback period helps to determine the length of time required to recover the initial cash outlay in the project. Okay, if say for example if you invest 1 lakh in a project and the inflows from that project is 50,000 per year, means within 2 years you can get back that 1 lakh, right? Okay, that is the payback period. Okay, it is the length of time required to recover the initial investment. That is, here the initial investment is 1 lakh and within 2 years you are going to recover that amount. Okay, that is payback period. Okay, and this is the formula to calculate this payback period when the inflow is constant. Okay, under this payback period we have two ways of calculating this. This is when the cash inflow is constant, you can use this formula, that is investment divided by annual cash inflow. Okay, and this is the format to calculate the annual cash inflow. If the annual cash flow is stated in the problem, you can just like that take it, and if it is not given you have to find out that using this format you can find that. Okay, sales, if any sales or savings is there, you have to take that and you have to subtract the cost incurred and you will arrive at the profit before depreciation and tax, and you have to subtract the depreciation. In that you have to calculate the tax and you have to subtract the tax again, and you have to once again add this depreciation, because depreciation is a non-cash flow item, right? This depreciation do not involve inflow or outflow of cash. So for calculating this tax, we subtracted the depreciation. Okay, once we subtracted the tax, we'll add back the depreciation because it is a non-cash flow item. Okay, so we'll arrive at annual cash inflow. Okay, and now we'll see a simple problem for calculating this payback period. Compute the payback period for the following. Original investment is 15,000, annual cash inflow is 7,500. Okay, and I said the formula is investment divided by annual cash inflow. Okay, here the original investment we have, that is 15,000, and the annual cash inflow also we have. So straight away we can calculate it. The payback period is 2 years. Okay, it is very simple, right? You may get this kind of problem in 2-mark question. Okay, and we'll see one more problem. A project costs rupees 5 lakh and yields annually a profit of rupees 80,000. Okay, annual profit is 80,000 after depreciation at 12% per annum, but before tax at 50%. Calculate payback period. Okay, here the profit was given after depreciation and before tax, so we have to subtract the tax here. Okay, let's see how to do. Profit before taxation and after depreciation is 80,000. So now we have to subtract the tax. Tax rate is 50%. So in this 80,000 we have to find 50%, that is 40,000, and we'll get profit after tax and depreciation is 40,000. And now we have to add this depreciation because depreciation is a non-cash flow item. So we have to add it, and the depreciation amount we have to find. Okay, see the project cost is 5 lakh and depreciation is 12% per annum. So 5 lakh into 12% will get 60,000. Okay, that we have to add it here. Okay, and we'll get annual cash inflow, that is 1 lakh. Okay, now we can calculate the payback period, right? Yes, the formula is investment divided by annual cash inflow. Investment is 5 lakh here. Annual cash inflow is 1 lakh. So if we divide that, we'll get 5 years. Okay, this is the payback period, and using this payback period you can compare the projects. Okay, in this problem you have only one project, so you just found the payback period. If you have 2 projects like this, you have to compare the project and you have to select one project among those. Okay, if whichever gives the lesser payback period, that project is to be selected. Okay, because you will get the amount, that is the original amount, within a shorter period of time. That investment is selected. Okay, so the payback period should be less, that is more beneficial. Okay, and I have given you a small 2 problems under those 2 method for you to practice. Just work out this problem and comment the answer. I'll check your answer. Thank you for your patient listening.